Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. I'm Sally from Sally Stampers, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little box that has a little band around it, and inside, as you can see, I've got this paper upside down. It has some little 4x4 Christmas cards in. I think the box could potentially hold 4 or 5. I've got 4 in this one, 2 of each design. But as I said, it's quite simple, just a little box with a belly band on. So I'm going to show you how to make one. So to start off with, we are going to need a sheet of DSP that measures 11¼ inches by 6. We are then going to need our scoring board, and with our 6 inches across the top, we are going to score at 3/4 of an inch and 5¼ of an inch. Then rotate. I'm going to score again at 3/4 of an inch, at 5¼ inches, 6 inches and 10½ inches. Okay, we are then going to fold and burnish our score lines, and as you can see here, I'm using my favourite Presents and Pinecones DSP. I've said in my previous project that this is one of my favourites, and I think it still has to be, which is quite ironic because when the new in colours came out, which obviously is the Emerald Envy that's in this, I really wasn't keen. But it has actually grown on me now, so I do quite like it. Okay, so once we've done that bit and we've done our scoring, we are then going to cut our little tabs. So you can start either end, because as you can see, it is the same whichever way you turn it, so it doesn't matter. It will matter obviously if you have a pattern that you want your pattern to be running the correct way, but again, this one doesn't really matter. So we're going to start with this bottom corner, and we are just going to cut down alongside that one and then cut some wedges. I apologise for the digger going past, it's extremely loud. And the same the other side. So we have those 2 wedges there, and then on the other end we are going to cut it clean away. So just completely cut that whole small square away. Okay, and then we come to the centre part. And so for this one, this now will be your base where you've cut your tabs. So to cut the sides, what I'm going to do is cut across the top here, and then fold that tab in and cut down that one. Cut our wedges, and that will make the base of the box. Okay, so we'll do the same on the other side. So we cut across the top score line there. This one's always tricky if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, the other side will probably be harder. So we cut down the side there, cut out our wedges. Now the design for this box I did actually see on Pinterest, but I have altered the measurement slightly and adjusted it to fit what I wanted. So as you can see, if I lie it flat, you can now see we have 2 tabs at this end, 2 tabs this end, and the corners missing. So now we need to adhere. With it being DSP, we're quite easy to use snail on this one. So I'm just going to pop some snail on all of the tabs. You could even use glue dots, I guess, for this, because of the tabs being so small. And then we're just going to fold them in just like that. And the last one. Okay, so as you can see, we now have our box created, the base, and the top simply folds over and round. So it just sits. Now you will notice that when you put your belly band on, this lip will want to fold up like it is doing on mine. All I'd simply say is to fold it in on itself, use your nails and give it a real good crease. That way when you close it down, it does stay shut. You could always add a Velcro dot or something there if you wanted to, but I actually think it's quite nice as it is. So to make the belly band, we are going to need another piece of, you can either use cardstock or DSP. Ideally you need DSP just because it's that little bit lighter, but it needs to be 12 inches by 1 3/4 thickness, which is what mine is. Now I don't give any score lines for this because I simply put it on the top and fold it round, ensuring that it's lined up at the back, and then very gently just crease it where your corners are going to be, and then when you take it off it's virtually creased already. So then you just make sure that it's straight and reinforce those lines. So there's no technical measuring, trying to score and getting it all wrong. You just wrap it round, find where you need it and add the creases. And then just for a final confirmation, pop it round again. Oops, that's why that's not looking right, because that's the back. Round the sides. Perfect. So we just need to add some adhesive. So just check that again. Obviously you've got one bit that's going to be slightly longer to lap over. So just add some adhesive onto the short side, and again, just for benefit, put it back on the box, line it up, and it's done. And then it will easily slide on and off whenever you need to. So to make the decoration, I'm going to do something very similar to the one I made earlier. And just to save a little bit of time, I have pre-cut these out ready. So I have some Dazzling Diamonds glimmer paper that I've cut out with the scalloped edged layered squares. Sorry, so I've done one of those in Dazzling Diamonds. I have a slightly smaller one in Mint Macaron, and then I have the white one, which is the one I'm going to stamp on. So I'm going back to my favourite, which is Christmas Pines. I do love this, truly love this one, just the effects and everything. So I'm actually going to turn this one into a diamond. There's no rules that say that squares need to be cut out and kept squares, so I'm going to have mine as a diamond today. So I'm going to take Mint Macaron, and this is the fuller version of the fir cone. If you look, there's two different ones. There's one that doesn't have a stem in it, and I've gone for the one that does. And I'm simply going to just ink that corner, the longest one, because my cut square is quite small. I just decided to do a smaller one. So that's that bit. The actual pines themselves, the fir cones, are a two-step stamp. So for this one, I'm going to go with Tip Top Taupe for the darker one. And if you can see on here, you've got two different ones. This one has half of the Pinecone stamped. So I'm actually just going to add a couple here. And then going in with Sahara Sand. This is the two-step one. Now I apologise if my head gets in camera because I need to line this up. And you just stamp it over the top. And the same again on this one. Stamp it over the top. Now that one's actually turned out slightly better. But if you can see how you have the two-step, and I think that is why it's my favourite. I just love it. And so the last one is the sentiment that I'm going to do in Emerald Envy. And this one says, to you and yours, which I'm just going to pop across the bottom. Okay, so stick this in place then. Going to pop this one onto a square piece of mint macaron, and then adhere this one onto a diagonal dazzling diamonds. And finally, this is going to go onto the box. Just perfect. And I just love that. I do really love this whole suite, the paper and the stamps. So, as Blue Peter once said, here's some I made earlier. Here's some cards that I actually made out of the scrap DSP that was left over after cutting both the box and the belly band. I've just added some ribbon to this one and some metallic thread to that one, and I've made the envelopes, although I've only done 2 here. The envelopes are made out of the in colour envelope paper. So stick those in there, and this is going to make a real cute gift for someone. If you think that they haven't had time to make any cards or they're too busy, I just think that they would be really grateful to receive a cute little gift just like that, that's virtually already packaged up, and inside are some beautiful cards. Like I said, all these details are on my blog, and if you would like to pop along and have a look at my blog, there are other projects on there, some of which are simpler than these, and I will also give you all the details for the cards and the dimensions, and the same with this one, which is obviously in the Candy Cane Lane paper. Thank you for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.